Good afternoon. My name is Amanda the Leo, and welcome to Gypsy Kitty Tarot. Today we're going to be connecting with the collective love and spiritual energy coming in for the star sign of Sagittarius for the week of 15 December through 31 December 2017. Happy birthday, both in the past, present, and future for all of the Sagittarians here. I wish you all a very happy birthday if you haven't already had it or about to have it or are having it today. Then happy birthday to you guys. I have a nephew who's a Sagittarius. He's got a birthday coming up on December 14th, so lots and lots of love to him as well. I'm going to tag him in this video, so hopefully he watches it. But I wish all of you guys a happy birthday. Lots of Sagittarian love coming from a Leo to another fire sign. Of course, you guys are mutable fire, so you're a fellow fire sign. I love you guys. All right, and just keep in mind, too, in this current situation that we're in, that energy is fluid, all right? And even though what we're going to be talking about today has a week of designation, the message or whatever may happen could happen before, during, and after this week of designation that we have established for this video. So just keep that in mind as well. Currently, today is the 8th of December. Last night I did a video for Leo and I said it was September. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is going on with me with this Mercury transit? I mean, this Mercury retrograde. See, there we go again. I did it again. This Mercury retrograde going on. It's affecting everyone's communication. So if I jack something up, please forgive me. All right. I'm really going to try not to go super fast or anything, so this Mercury thing won't mess me up. Today is the 8th of I almost did it again, December. Apparently that must be an important date for someone out there. I keep wanting to say September 8th. I don't know why, but it must be relevant to fire signs, apparently. We're 15 to 17 degrees in Sagittarius 2. Currently, and today is called the day of abandon. So if today is your birthday, happy birthday. Your day is called the day of abandon, and today is a good day to really come to terms with things that you can start to do away with that no longer serve you. This is the perfect day to do it. Okay, so I will be uploading this video tonight. Hopefully everyone can absorb the energy of that. It's depending on time zones, I understand, but that should also be helpful for many of you. Okay. So this is a collective reading. So for some of you, you'll say, oh man, this is for me. She is reading for me. Other weeks, she is not reading for me. I don't know what she's talking about. And that's perfectly normal. This is a collective general reading, just to give you a firm sense of the energy that's coming in for your star sign, or if you're a cross watcher, for your specific node in your birth chart that you're looking for. So if you have specific questions, by all means, book a private reading with me. We'll take a look at your situation. I have some example spreads in the description box. There we go again, Mercury. Okay, in the description box, that's to give you a little bit of an idea of some pricing. But if that doesn't really suit you and you want something a little bit more tailored, I can also look into your situation and offer you some additional spreads that may be more of a complement to your question in hand. Okay, so definitely reach out to me if you would like to book a private reading. For cross watchers, this energy is going to be good for your sun, moon, ascending, as well as Venus energy. It could also be useful for other signs if you're looking into other signs as well, if you just want to see what the energy is. But do keep in mind that this is a general reading too for cross watching energy. If you haven't already, definitely please subscribe, like, share, and hit the little email bell in the corner. That way when I update and upload videos, you'll get an email from me that you can come and watch the energy as it's coming in. And also keep up with promotions and giveaways on my Facebook page. Just type in Gypsy Kitty Tarot and you'll see my picture there. Click on that and you can go there and see for promotions and giveaways. So let's quickly talk about the planetary alignments currently. Let's talk about solar system news here, okay? Mercury retrograde is messing everyone up, including myself. I'm also having a hard time with the god of communication this week, it seems. But it is currently in your sign of Sagittarius. It goes station direct on December 22nd. Until that day, we will be in a retrograde, and it's going to affect commerce, communication, messages, and so forth. So that's something to look into more if you find that interesting. Currently, Venus, goddess of love, is in Sagittarius and will enter Capricorn on Christmas Day, December 25th, and the wee morning hours of 0026. So that's going to start the day off with that shift from Sagittarius to Capricorn on Christmas morning. So that's something also to be aware of. The heart space energy is going to make an exchange from fire energy to earth energy. And it's already happening now. So it's currently in the cusp, of that energy, about to be in the cusp of that energy, rather. Currently, Earth's moon is in a waning into full moon, or I'm sorry, waning into new moon. There we go. See, again, I don't know what's wrong with me. The super moon that happened, full moon, was on December 3rd. That was 11 degrees Gemini. And we have a new moon coming at 18 degrees Sagittarius in your star sign energy, and that is coming on December the 18th. For the new year to come on January 2nd, the sun will be in Capricorn and the full moon will be in Cancer. And then after that cycle, the sun will go into Aquarius and the full moon will be in Leo. So that's a lot of energy to come, a lot of changes to come after the new year. Mars currently is in the Libra Scorpio cusp. Today is the last day officially. Of course, that energy still is somewhat lingering around, but it will go station forward now with Scorpio, and that will happen at 03:59 on December the 9th. So this next day coming, this is December the 8th. So tomorrow morning, we will experience that energy as well. So that's going to change how the god of war thinks. So if you have an Aries important in your life, then just be aware of that exchange of energy. They may seem a little deep in their thoughts right now. I've already done Aries. So if you have Aries in your chart, check it out. That video is also available. They've been going through the dark night of the soul for a while now. And so it seems that with this exchange now in Scorpio, it's going to help them and help all of us, really. Okay. Jupiter is in Scorpio, goes station retrograde in Scorpio on Wednesday, March the 7th, 2018. So that is to come. Saturn is the god of agriculture. He is currently in Sagittarius, your sign, and will enter Capricorn on the first day of the Sagittarius Capricorn cusp, which is Tuesday, December 19th, 2017. Uranus is currently in Aries and goes station direct in Aries on January the 2nd, 2018, so after the first of the year. Let's see. Neptune is in Pisces, goes station retrograde in Pisces on Monday, June 18th, 2018, and Pluto, which some people don't count, but I still count, is in Capricorn and goes station retrograde in Capricorn on Saturday, April the 21st. So those are some things to keep in mind. Solar system news here. Let's go ahead and get started with the tarot. I went ahead and shuffled prior to coming onto camera because it does make the videos extra super long. And some of the cards came through face up. Many of them came face down. I left them exactly as they came through. I did look at the ones that came through face up, and I see a continuation of the story from weeks prior for you guys. It seems that many of you have made some big progress, and that's good news. Definitely good news. I'm glad to see it. So let's get started. With the position of you and the 11 card Celtic Cross reading here, a few clarifiers did come through in 2 different positions, or 4 different positions actually, excuse me. So in the position of you got the floating cat, and I'll decipher these cards. They kind of veer a little from the traditional tarot decks, and I'll be sure to give you the other name for it. So the floating cat is the card of suspension. This is the hanged man or the hanged cat in this case, but it is in the reverse. So a feeling of coming out of a time of indecision, a time of suspension, of feeling stuck. You're coming out of that. Unfortunately, you guys have been in it for quite a while. This has been going on pretty much for everyone this past year, but most certainly in the sign of Sagittarius, you've had some outcomes that didn't exactly go as planned. You've been in your headspace for quite a while now. There have been some injustices that have now been balanced out. That was definitely a big theme for you guys last week even. So you've been in this place of feeling somewhat surreal, somewhat stuck but not stuck, if that makes sense. I'll turn this around so you can see this card for the full beauty of it. This is a kitty who is suspended in a garden with morning glories in it. So morning glories is a flower of psychedelic. It's also, it opens the crown chakra traditionally. And this kitty cat is in a beautiful garden of morning glories, and he is suspended, and he feels this levity, this feeling of freedom, this feeling of, you know, just kind of letting things go with the flow, you know, letting go of preconceived notions or ideas or just notions in general. Just letting things kind of be as they are. Laissez-faire, as we say in economics, let it be, right? Sometimes you just have to let the economy rule the economy. Well, when this card is in reverse, it's very much still the same meaning, but only that you may have some trouble manifesting this into your daily routine or your daily life. You know, maybe on a grand scale of things for dreams and visions of the future, perhaps you can tap into it rather easily, but in the everyday life, you feel that you are having trouble with that, perhaps. We'll be able to tell more why that is when we get into your surrounding energy in the next position here. But for right now, this is the messages that came through face up. So we already kind of know, you know, this is something that many of you are under currently. So that's actually a really good thing for you, Sag. All right, let's go to the position of what you're surrounded by. And that is the 10 of fire. Oh, goodness, the card jumped. The 10 of fire. It's hot. The 10 of fire in the reverse. So this card, I'll turn around for you so you can see in the traditional sense what it looks like. These kitties are in this temple, it seems, and there's 10 fireballs flying all over the room, and they don't know what to do. Now, from other tarot decks, you'll traditionally see this oppression, where someone's carrying all these sticks and wands, or they just are, you know, working and working and working and working, and they feel so oppressed. This is an oppressive energy, but it's in the reverse, so you're coming out of a time of this, right? You're starting to see the forest for the trees, so to speak, and that's a good thing. That's not to say that it still isn't affecting you, because it is, but it just means that you are looking at it from more of an objective viewpoint now, maybe not so much subjective, not so much from a personal sense, but from an objective or collective viewpoint. You understand it on a more larger scale as to why. I'm sorry. That was my alarm to go feed my baby chickies. So I'll do that after I finish with your reading. So this is good. This is very good. You guys are really starting to really, you know, encompass these changes into your daily routine now. Yes, it's been difficult. That's why the floating cat and the 10 of fire and this next card we're getting ready to we're getting ready to talk about came through face up. That's why you're having such a hard time with this. All right, so let's talk about what's hindering you. This came through face up, the world in the reverse. So again, in the traditional sense, this kitty is looking out of a window. He's contemplating whether he wants to jump out and start a new adventure. Does he want to end this adventure in this castle that he's looking out of this window? And, you know, does he really want to do that? Maybe he still has some obligations in the castle that he needs to come to terms with, and then he can make a decision when he comes back to the window. But for today, at least, he is just looking out and pondering and thinking and weighing and deciding. This is the card of endings and new beginnings. So when it's in the reverse, it means that you have made some decisions to end some cycles, things that no longer serve you. Definitely with feeling the suspended animation in your life, you know that you have to make a decision. You don't want to have to deal with oppressive or scary, out of control, chaotic energies. You would much rather prefer to make that decision for yourself. And even though in the past, being a fire sign, especially a mutable fire sign, you have a problem with that in the traditional sense of things. So it is a challenge, most certainly for you. But you're getting through it, okay? That's good to see. All right, so let's go to your foundation. Both of these cards came face down when shuffling. We have, oh, the Sea King. The Sea King is the king of emotions, the king of cups, the king of hearts. He's an emotionally mature figure, foundation. This is in your foundation now, so you're becoming emotionally and balanced, and you feel mature about it. You feel like you have come to this maturity on your own. You have thick fur, as you can, I don't know if the glare is, he has a beautiful coat, this kitty cat, and he looks very regal. He's a very kind kitty. He doesn't necessarily, want to hurt anything, but if he had to defend himself, by all means he could. This is a king of emotional maturity and understanding. Okay, he's flowing. The sea energy, which is water, cups and hearts, it's flowing. So this is a good card to get in your foundation. Well, certainly. It could be someone in a water sign as well, maybe helped you along this transition, and this is your sea king. It could have been a fatherly figure, or just a masculine figure in general, or embody that energy as a masculine energy that really helps you come to terms with why you felt stuck, why you kept feeling these oppressive forces, and why you felt like you couldn't walk away from the things that no longer served you. And perhaps even now you feel that you need to do that with them. Is that, okay, I learned a lesson, now it's time to move on even from that person. You're feeling like you have to get out of this garden and you need to explore. That's good. Let's see what the clarifying energy is. Oh, the Nine of Sea. Oh, this is the card of fulfillment. I love this card. This kitty is dreaming. He has a kitty friend here he's dreaming about. He's dreaming about a bird and a fish and tuna and a fountain and a squirrel and another kitty, a play kitten, or maybe a litter mate, a bird and a bird bath, flowers. I mean, everything beautiful that this kitty cat can imagine that fulfills him on a very deep, foundative level is what you are currently putting into the foundation. So that's good. That's awesome energy to be able to put into the foundation. So emotional maturity and fulfillment at the very core. This could mean a lot of different things for a lot of different Sagittarians, obviously, especially being a mutable fire sign. Each of you are very individual, but yet still on a collective level, very loving, very fun loving. I mean, you guys love fun, and people love you for that. I know I do. When my nephew was a little guy, we used to have fun, and we still could, but now he's grown, and it's the way it goes, right? But he knows that he could still have fun if he really wanted to. He'd come hang out with me, still have fun, because that's the kind of energy that we share. It's in our foundation. So it's good to see that many Sagittarians on a collective level are putting this love, this very foundated, deep running love into their foundation, and also for yourself, not just with other people. This is a self-love, okay? Because you've gone inward, and there's more to come. There's more that showed itself too prior to coming on camera, some of which I don't know yet. Some of them are still face down. We're getting to that. But so far, what I can see is that you've been wanting this. You've been waiting for this, is what it seems. But not only did you have help or guidance along the way, perhaps in these two energies, but you now are creating it for yourself. You're ready to take that leap. You're ready to end an old cycle and begin anew. And even though you've had a lot of people love you in your life, they may have caused some firestorms too, obviously, with that energy that you're surrounded by, but you could love yourself on that level. And that's the important message here. So, fantastic. Nine of Sea, the card of fulfillment. I love that card. I just think it's so beautiful. All right, so moving forward now, that's in your foundation. Let's go to what is behind you now, currently. These came through face up. It is the Fire Kitten as the major card. This is the card of impulsiveness. This kitty, he has his paw over a candle, and he wants to touch the flame, but he's scared it's going to burn him. But he wants to touch it, though. And he knows it's going to burn him and it's going to hurt his paw. He may have already done this before. Maybe. But he just wants to touch it so bad. So there was something in the past. This is in the reverse for you, though. There was something in the past that perhaps you were impulsive about, or was impulsive towards you. It was an impulsive energy. And you had to come to terms with that. And then you got here the Three of Sea. All right. So this was the clarifier that came through in the reverse. This is the reverse card of celebration. Also third-party situations. Perhaps some third-party situations ended. There was some impulsiveness that led to something impulsive, and then it ended. Or you put an end to it in the past, or they put an end to it. Could be them as well. Could always be in either form. So some things had to be put to an end. You know, maybe in the beginning, the impulsiveness was wonder. And then in the beginning, this one, the impulsiveness was, you know, it led you to celebration. But it doesn't seem that that was really the lesson for you. The lesson for you was something that was hard for you to see. You see it now, though. You know, being spontaneous and being impulsive are two completely different things. And you learn that with the fire kitten. So being spontaneous can sometimes be impulsive or vice versa. But if you think things through and you balance in a balanced approach, because this is a duality here, you've got two cards that came through on their own. I didn't even ask for a clarifier. They just came through together. So these two energies here, you have really come to embody, especially with the self-fulfilling card in the foundation. Now, you don't need third-party drama. You don't need people who may seek their own self-interest here with the Three of C or Three of Cups in the reverse here. It's like, okay, they want their fulfillment, but they don't really care about mine. And then impulsively, you want it too, but it's not fulfilling. You know about fulfillment now on a much deeper level. Self-fulfillment. You know about that. So this stuff here doesn't serve you any longer, clearly, okay? All right, let's go to your crowning energy. This card came through face down, and it is the Nine of Fire. All right. So these kitties, they are, and it's face up, these kitties are on a temple, and they're all around this fire, and they're all talking, and they're learning from one another, and they're sharing information. So this is a good card to get. It's a 9 energy, so almost a completion. This is in the crown. You're feeling this victory inside, you know, like, wow, man, I found the secret formula. And I'm feeling fulfilled. But, you know, it's okay to still, you know, share your hopes, dreams, goals, and aspirations with others. As you can see here in the crowning energy, you still have many compadres, right? Many friends, many kitty friends here in the circle who help bring that feeling of victory and completion into the circle of energy. Being a mutable fire sign, that means a lot to you because you can sometimes feel very scattered, but when you come together with others, you feel very, very contained and very strong. Okay, so now you have that energy in your crown too, which with all that Nine of Swords and reverse justice stuff going on from the past, clearly you've embodied the lessons that were contained within each of those circumstances that you've been going through on a very deep and spiritual love level. So that's also a very good sign. Okay, let's move forward now to how to present yourself. This card, it came through face up. It is the Five of Earth, which is the Five of Pentacles. This is the card of feeling left out in the cold. So you're presenting yourself as someone who's coming out from the cold. You know that song by Bob Marley, coming out of the cold. Listen to that song, and it will have big meanings for you on how to present yourself. This is up to you. It's up to you. It's your choice whether you want to be out in the cold or you want to be inside where you're fulfilled and warm and safe. It's up to you, the decisions that you make, and you're fully aware of that now in this Sea King energy that you're embodying. And you have self-fulfillment. And you know that you have many people in your circle, many people who love you. So if you wish to feel out in the cold or present yourself as such, that's a decision that only you can make and come out of, because you're having some extreme transformation here. Extreme transformation. So that's good. So let's see how others are seeing you. These two cards came through face up together. You've got Death in the reverse, which is the card of transformation. Changing your thoughts around. Everything's changing. You're stepping into a time of renewal. The things that no longer serve you are starting to die. They're starting to become resurrected. And perhaps, maybe even, through some sort of ceremonial closure. For many of you who did not get closure or never will get closure, you figured out that through transformation, you can have your own closure. You can conduct your own ceremony to gain your own closure, which is very much the case. And the Six of C, which is the card of joy, it's in the reverse. So these are feelings of, here we go, swimming in a pool. This is what all these kitties, they think they're tigers jumping in the pool, and they're experiencing childlike joy. So perhaps some things from the past that were not joyful for you, or things that you had been avoiding, or things that just had to happen, you can't really explain. You figured out, again, the secret sauce, if you will, of how to balance this out. And as a Sagittarian, currently we're in your energy right now. It's an amazing and exciting feeling to be able to transcend. And it has been difficult. That's why these both are in the reverse. Other people have seen that difficulty with you. You've been struggling to let go of something or someone, or a path, or an ascension of some sort. You've been wanting to, you're like the butterfly ready to fly out, right, of the cocoon. That's what the energy really feels like in this sense. And here it's this nostalgia, this nostalgic joy. Perhaps this nostalgic joy you've started to manifest in ways in positive rather than in negative correlation, because it seems many of you have already gone through all the negative, and you realize that all it's going to do is keep you out in the cold. So therefore you're ready to transcend this energy. Okay, and I'm hopeful that you will, because the hopes and fears card, oh my gosh, I skipped your before you. I can't believe I did that. See, that's that Mercury retrograde stuff. It's weird things have been happening all day long. All day long. So this is how others see you. Let's go backwards, which I don't ever do this. Okay, and you know, I'm tempted to even maybe chastise myself for this after the fact, but it obviously has happened for a reason. The card that's before you is the Chariot, moving forward. So even better, we know that you're out in the cold, or we're out in the cold, or coming in from the cold. And the Chariot is the movement forward. And it's been an adventure. Okay, the Chariot, as you see, he's been using his will to conduct these dogs, who are his horses, on his chariot. That's crazy. I can't believe I overlooked that. That is just not like me at all. This goes to show you how the energies, they change. So in the traditional sense, you see how it is upright, but in the reverse, it's like, wow, this has been a journey. This has been something. You know, we've got this suspended energy here. Oh my goodness. It's like, will it ever end? Yes. You're feeling it. Yes. The positive energy is coming in. And you're cutting away the things that no longer serve you from the past. And you're crowned with this feeling of completion, this feeling of victory. You're still very much very connected with your circle. And you're moving forward. Now, again, this has not been an easy thing. This has been very difficult. It's had you feeling out in the cold, and it's been taking away your joy, and it's also been having you, you know, struggling to go through this ascension process, where you have been unable to move past the things that don't serve you anymore. But when we get into your hopes and fears, which is to come, obviously, since we went out of the traditional, you know, direction here in this Celtic cross, I'm hopeful that you will, because you definitely know that you can. You've already done so much in the foundation with this Sea King and Nine of Sea here. I mean, you are feeling emotional fulfillment on a very deep spiritual level, and that's awesome. Love yourself deep. You know, remember, when you're in an airplane and it goes down, they say put your own oxygen on first before you help others. So you have to do for yourself in a spiritual sense before you help others. And then it'll be a mirror of your joy, a mirror of your journey, right? but make sure that you do this in a positive way. And that's maybe why you had to go through so much here in the very center of it all, you know, with the floating cat in the reverse, the Ten of Fire in the reverse, and the World in the reverse. I mean, you've really had, at the very seed of it all, you've had a lot of transcending energy. So it's good to see that death is coming. You're ready to release that stuff and move forward. Okay. So that's fantastic news. Okay. So how are your hopes and fears at this point? Well, you've got the Emperor in the reverse. This came through face down. And okay, and the Eight of Sky in the reverse. So the Emperor, which is the card of traditions and values, very similar to kind of like a Hierophant energy, but it's associated with the sign of Aries. So this kitty, he's got it together. Nobody's getting through his fur. He's very thick furred. He's sitting on his throne. He has a beautiful collar on of jewels to show you how grand and spectacular he is. He's got a wreath over his head on his throne. I mean, he's been through it. He's been through it. And this is the card that shows it. And it's in the reverse. So it was hard for you to step into this Emperor energy, perhaps. It was something that you were hopeful of, but maybe feared. You feared that you couldn't do it. But this is the card of indecision. It's the Eight of Sky, which is the Eight of Swords in the reverse, which means that now those things that have been keeping you stuck, that no longer serve you, you're coming out of that. Again, with the floating cat in the position of you. This is a time that you're coming out of. So that's good news. And I'm hopeful that you will. And I know that you have some fears. I mean, everybody has fears, but instead of letting those things hold you down, let them propel you forward into a loving energy that will reciprocate your self-love even. Remember, you got to help your own spirit before you can help that of others. Right? So it's very important. This Emperor energy here that you come to embody, you understand that it was a struggle. And you hope and fear that you won't ever have to go through that again. You can use your wisdom to prevent it, perhaps in the future. And in the outcome, we have two cards that came through face up, but in the reverse. We have the Empress in the reverse, so motherly energy, creative energy, energy that gives life. It's in the reverse, though. So coming to terms with this motherly energy. Perhaps many of you had a motherly figure or feminine figure in your life that has been, you know, really trying to impart wisdom on you. Impart wisdom could be, it could be both living and gone into another realm or another dimension. But now you know you have all of the things that it takes. As you can see, this mother kitten, this mother cat, she loves her kittens. And she wants them all to grow up to be a king. Yeah? And also to have fulfillment. Because look at all the things that this kitty is dreaming of. All these beautiful things here in his sky. He's dreaming of. It's the exact opposite of what you guys had been feeling in weeks prior. It's crazy how that energy flipped that quick. But it did. So the Empress teaches you the creative energy deep down inside. Okay, but it's in the reverse now. Oops, sorry. It slipped out of my hand. It's in the reverse. So this is something that has been a struggle for you to come to terms with. That you had all of the tools the whole time. And there was just some self-doubt that you had to really get over. A lot of it here with this Emperor energy in the reverse. You know, you again, hopeful and fearful that you can be an emperor, but yet fearful that you won't. Here with these two energies that came through together. A lot of indecision there. But now you see very clearly that you have all of those tools in you and have always had them in you the whole time. This is the Four of Fire in the reverse. Another card in the reverse. And this card is the Spirit. And if you can see, this is the card in the traditional sense. This is the Four of Wands, okay? In the traditional sense, which has the castle between the two, between the four wands, and it looks like it's a gate going into the castle and all. Well, these kitties are in a temple, and they all have this spiritual light deep in, and they all have it deep inside of them, and they know it. It's a feeling of completion, spiritual, wonder, excitement. But it's in the reverse. So these are things that you may not have been ready for yet, but are ready for now. Because again, you have the Sea King and the Nine of Sea. You have this emotional maturity and this fulfillment in your foundation now. So your crowning energy as well has it. And so the outcome has it as well. And your overall energy is the Fire King. Now, as Sagittarius, in the traditional sense, you guys are the Knight of Wands, or the Knight of Fire, or the Fire Tom in the traditional sense. But you guys are in King energy. This is at the bottom of the deck. This is the overall theme. So the Fire King energy, you're coming into that Fire King energy. Right now you're dealing with feminine energy, and so that you can perfect the masculine energy of the fire that you are, the mutable fire that you are. And you have the Sky Tom, which is the Tom of Swords, or the Knight of Swords. I'm sorry, is that Swords? No, that's Sea Tom. Again, there we go with that Mercury retrograde. Sea Tom. He's the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Hearts. Charming kitty he is. I apologize for that mistake. And then what do we have? We have the Sky Tom. So it is the next card. I just said it. Oh gosh. There we go. The Sky Tom. He's the Tom of Swords. He's the Tom of a swift message. Now here you can see he's chasing a bird. Now if he's hunting that bird for food, most likely he'll eat it for dinner. But if he doesn't, then that would be wasting. And you don't want to do that. Okay, no longer. You can be charming and not affect people in a negative way, and you know that. Because this is the energy that you want to come to fully embody, and that is your full mutable fire energy. You're on the way. That's why it's in the reverse. You're on that process now. So, very exciting reading. Let's go ahead and pull some oracle cards for you and see which Master of the Light would like to speak with you. This is my new oracle deck, Keepers of the Light. I love this deck. It's so awesome. I'm going to quickly shuffle these on camera. I did shuffle them prior to channeling your energy, but I'm just going to give it 3 shuffles here, and then we'll pull 2 cards, a bottom card, and then we'll pull a card, or 2 if they want to come through. Sometimes 2 like to come through. All right, so for the collective sign of Sagittarius, we would like to ask any Keeper of the Light to channel a message to them regarding the 15th of December through the 31st of December, 2017. Love and spiritual energy, please. I'll begin shuffling. Okay, somebody already wants to communicate. Master Buddha, increased awareness. And then we have Diana, which is focused intention. Diana was for Aries. And for those of you who are Wonder Woman fans, you know that she fought Aries, right, in the movie, the first movie. Okay, so Master Buddha is your increased awareness, okay? And Diana is your focused intention. So I'll read these from the book, the messages that they wish to impart. Let me take my glasses off real quick because I can see better without them on. All right, Master Buddha, what page are you? Master Buddha. 76, and Diana is 30. So 76 and 30. All right, I'll go ahead and read you Master Buddha's message now. All right, the Buddha, Siddhartha Gautama, sorry, I always say that wrong. Siddhartha Gautama started his life as a rich, mollycoddled prince. But one day he broke free from the palace and was exposed to sickness, age, and death. This shook him and set him off on a spiritual adventure that would lead him to leave behind all earthly pleasures and seek enlightenment so that he could end suffering in the world. Now he helps us make contact with our inner teacher and encourages us to acknowledge how we feel and then accept it so that we can move beyond the suffering we feel. His extended message to you today is that you are moving beyond the illusions that fear has created so that you can be more focused on your priorities and what is serving you on this path. All suffering eventually comes to an end, and acknowledging how you feel and what occurred in order for you to feel this way will help you move beyond it. Call on Master Buddha now to help you remember you are part of something that is greater than suffering. The wheel of karma is turning in your favor, and all your acts of kindness and goodness will benefit you. Thoughts may arise now that solve issues in your life, home, relationships, or work. They are being sent to you from your inner teacher, the Buddha within. Beautiful message. So deep connection. Trust your inner voice. Definitely, Sag. Trust your deep connections. You got it. You've got the Sea King, the Nine of Sea, the Floating Cat, the World. You've got a lot of major arcanas here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you're on your way. Okay. Deep connection. Trust your inner voice. Fantastic. So let's read Diana. Diana was page 30. Okay. Diana is focused intention. I'm going to go ahead and read you about Diana and her extended message to you. Think about what you desire. Set your sights high. Expect the best possible outcome. Diana is the Roman moon goddess of the hunt. She is also known as Artemis in Greek mythology, where she has similar attributes. She is often depicted with wild animals around her, and as she is associated with the moon, she connects deeply with the wild beasts that come out at night. She is often seen holding a bow and a quiver of arrows, which signifies her ability to help us focus on a vision. She also helps us tune into our intuitive side so that we can listen to the wisdom that will guide us towards our goal. In particular, she encourages women to move into their true power and promotes equality for all souls. Her extended message to you today is move forward with unwavering faith, knowing that the universe is supporting you. Diana is helping you awaken your divine ability to manifest what you deserve. Any fear is only a reminder that whatever you are working on or through is an important issue for your growth. Your focus is strong now and will be particularly powerful at the full moon. You may be aware of night owl tendencies. This is because your angels and guides are sending you important messages that you may be missing during the day due to a busy schedule. Set some time aside to do a deep meditation to receive the guidance. So wow, that's awesome. So set aside time to do a deep meditation, almost like Buddha. If you have to call on Buddha for your increased awareness, he welcomes you. And so does Diana. They welcome you. So Buddha welcomes you to increase your awareness and your deep connection and trust your inner voice. And then Diana, she's the focused intention. Think about what you desire. Set your sights high. Expect the best possible outcome. When you start to send that sort of energy out and become this master of your own awareness and your connection, then I don't think I have to explain how fulfilled you'll feel then, right? So awesome news, Sagittarius. I'm so glad to see that things are really, guiding you on your highest path. This is just fantastic news. A couple of weeks ago, I have to admit, I was a little concerned about this headspace energy that you all have been in, of course, on all different levels, because everybody is all on different levels, but it was heavy energy, and you had to kind of go through the hell to get to the heaven, is what it seemed, because with that Nine of Swords energy and the outcome, and then this Justice in the reverse in the future, near future outcome for you last week, it has really pushed you to a point of deeply connecting with your own self and loving your own self, and just call upon those guides. Call upon Master Buddha and Diana if you are in need, and just really focus and meditate on you. And if you need them to help guide you, perhaps that's something that you can look more into and channel their energy, because they obviously they're inviting you for your healing, which is definitely what I'm seeing here in the outcome. This Empress energy, this creative energy. And then you have the Four of Fire here, which is the Four of Wands, which is the card of completion. So you're still on the journey, but you're getting there. And that's fantastic. So thank you for connecting with me today, dear Sagittarius. I love you guys. Please keep in mind this is a general reading, and if its message don't resonate, then perhaps maybe a personal reading is in order, and you can reach out to me. All of my information is in the description box below, so you can reach out to me and connect. I look forward to connecting with you again after the first of the year. This is a mid-monthly spread that I've done for you. And also, lastly, let me know what's going on in the comments box. Even if it's after the weeks of designation, you come back and you watch it again, you say, wow, this is what happened, this is what resonated. Visit in the beginning and then come back a couple weeks or days later, even after the transit, and then see what happens and share your experiences with us as a collaborative. So definitely reach out to other Sagittarians as well. And if you haven't already, subscribe, like, and share, and donate if you can to my channel. That information is also in the description box below. Just know, for any of you who donate to me, I love and appreciate you guys so much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I love you all, okay? And of course, I want you to be on your highest path and your highest self and your alignment for your greatest happiness, okay? So thank you for connecting with me today. I send you love and light and all the best along your journey. And I look forward to connecting with you again very soon, okay? Take care, Sag. I love you guys. Talk to you soon.